Pete Davidson, what does he do?
That's hilarious.
I'm just joking, I don't want to gossip, but I be looking at shit like, what do you really do? The man said,
Like
my
for
name's
a
Skeet
living?
now. Huh?
Like for a living?
Nah, not for a living. Like, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, doing the right thing is ignoring somebody, but also being like, fam, I'll beat your ass. You gotta say something at some point if you want to, just as a man.
Facts.
Just be like,
Facts.
all right,
Facts.
I'm not on that, but also, you the last nigga I'm scared of.
It was interesting that he just wasn't in the SNL show this week. He just wasn't there. He happened to be filming a movie on like his show where he has stage.
It's just a weird position for him to be. It's like, so like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Like, how do you get in the middle of it? Like, besides just being funny, like what's next?
Yeah.
What's after the jokes? What happens? What happens after the jokes?
Somebody posted, Pete Davidson was just trying to get some pussy, now he in rap beef.
Right.
I said, that shit is so real. That is literally
next?
real, fam. I was trying to smash something. I gotta fight a nigga? This is crazy.
He's also so self-deprecating that I feel like somebody makes fun of him, like his instinct is to be like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Nah,
You know,
sure.
so I don't know how he's going to react to it.
Which just infuriates the nigga.
probably
Like,
Exactly.
Yo, what's, bro, I don't care, man. I'm just having fun.
I
Like,
think it's sad. They both struggle with mental health.
They do. A mental health war? What are you saying?
No, I just feel like
Yeah, they're struggling differently, you know what I'm saying? But they don't give you an excuse just to be out here outlandish. Kanye be outlandish, you know what I'm saying? D.L. Hughley did, it was a thing of him going around this week. That I was like, that's at least real. Like, somebody's finally addressing this in a real way.
I think he's been the same person. Or like, he's never not been a person who spoke whatever he felt, whether it was made sense to you or not. It's like, this is how I feel. It's like, you know, he's just always been that guy. Like, I'm not surprised at nothing.
No, I'm definitely not surprised. It
true.
just used to be more that it was on our side before.
Right.
So we used to be like, all right, we fucking with it. Yeah, George Bush don't care about black people. My nigga, yeah. And then it becomes like a full-on 180 and you like, all right, he's still doing the outlandish shit, but it ain't funny this time around. It ain't good this time around. But I also am just like, yeah, they both do struggle, but they do be out here wilding. It's like you can't give them the pass. Though, just
no, I'm not giving him the pass. I was talking about, I feel bad for Pete.
Okay. He all right. He's smashing Kim right now. He decent. He decent. Where we at?
I feel like maybe he's staying out of it because he like has firsthand experience with mental illness stuff. So he's kind of just like, I'm gonna let you keep doing your thing, and I'm not gonna respond.
What if all this shit is just orchestrated?
It might be.
And motherfucking
Chris in the
Kim
back.
is in. Chris is in the back. Kim on that shit. Pete, don't say shit yet. You ain't up yet. It ain't your turn yet. It ain't your time yet.
His album drops in 2 weeks. You like, what the fuck? He can rap, nigga. Oh shit! Should we just get into the show? No, we ain't got you for that long.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wine and Weed. I'm one of your hosts, Sterling Stilo Brim, aka that dude, aka S to the beach and your best to the breed, aka is that third leg. No, it's just me. Y'all asked me to do AKAs again, so I'm doing them. AKA your father and concerned mother. I haven't even done this in so long, but I'll just end it with AKA last but not least Uncle Elroy, and with me as always.
It's Chris Whitaker, aka the Connoisseur, aka Bozansky. We'll keep that in for my solidarity with the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
AKA the Elusive Moose, AKA Speed Bump. And with us on the facts, off camera, we got Alana.
Yeah. Thank you, Alana.
You're welcome.
And with us, a very, very special guest. I'm a big fan, actually, and I only be saying on this show and shit because I don't be caring. But I'm a fan. So yeah, R&B superstar, crooner, just all-out vocalist. My man Mario. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Already. Yeah. AKA see me when you see me. AKA your favorite singer. AKA the Black Bruce Wayne. AKA we in here. What's happening?
What's good? And if you don't know about this show, what we do on this show, it's called Wine and Weed. We drink a little wine. We smoke a little weed.
I see you got the setup over there. What you got? What you drinking?
Yeah,
We're drinking some Chalice Lane, a cab.
A little cab, yeah.
From California.
That shit ain't gonna put you to sleep, is it?
Nah. It shouldn't. And then, boy, if it does, it's CBX. It's a sativa, so it can bring you back up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah. So you gonna smoke with us or drink
I
with
might.
us?
Let me see the joint. Let me smell it.
I wouldn't do you wrong now.
See what's good. I know you're a connoisseur, so you know what's popping. I mean, we are in LA. So I know
I'm gonna give you your own little joint just in case you decide.
Yeah. Roll me up something. I might hit a little something real quick. You know what I'm saying? For the vibes. We might get in here and start making music, though.
Yeah.
It might get creative and shit.
And like a non-regular show, I guess, a podcast, we don't really do interviews. We more like just like to talk about the news of the week.
I'm familiar, bro.
Kind of pick your brain.
I'm familiar, fam.
I fucking love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm familiar
Love
with
it.
Hey, I ain't gonna steal your shit.
You good.
But yeah, I'm familiar, bro. Shit, what's going on in the world, man? It's crazy right now. It's a lot of crazy shit going on.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into the stories of the week. Let's kick it off.
I don't even watch TV like that, so y'all gonna have to fill me in. I don't.
Perfect. We got you.
Yeah.
Drunk JetBlue pilot removed before takeoff. Blood alcohol content was over 4 times legal limit to fly.
Oh, no.
A
Okay.
JetBlue pilot was grounded shortly before takeoff from Buffalo Niagara International Airport Wednesday after he appeared to be too drunk to fly. The police were called after TSA agents noticed that James Clifton, 52, seems to be impaired as he passed through security. Clifton was sitting in the cockpit of the Fort Lauderdale-bound flight when he was removed from the plane. A breathalyzer later determined that his blood alcohol content was 0.17%, 4 times the legal limit to fly.
Oh,
There's
shit.
a limit to fly?
That.
So you could have a couple
Yeah,
beers and
yeah,
you could
okay.
fly a plane.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
That's
know
good
that
to
either.
Cannot have a blood alcohol content above 0.04%.
Wow.
That's
It
the...
is
No.
wild for my man to pull a real Denzel in flight.
Right.
For him to still show up. Like, you know you drunk. You could just call somebody and be like, fam, I'm fucked up. Can y'all go ahead and figure that out? Because I'm pretty sure they have, like, alternate
Pretty sure
pilots.
it's not his first time.
No,
He's
definitely
like,
not.
he just went a little too hard that day. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I got a co-pilot.
Yeah.
That'll be scary, though, if the co-pilot was your drinking buddy. Then I wouldn't feel good about any
Nah,
of
no
that.
cap. I actually talked to a pilot before we got on a flight. He was on the phone arguing with his girl. And I was like I was late. I was one of the last people to board. I'm like, bro, like whatever you going through right now, I said, leave it out here. Everything gonna be straight. When we get on here, like pilots be going through shit, but we don't see them. So we don't think about what they might have went through that day. We just get on the plane and just go. Like,
Did you still
shit
get on
you
the
never
flight?
know. I still got on the flight.
I don't know
yeah.
if I'm talking
on there.
to
Like, I'm not changing the
I might
flight.
have told him, like, man, you gonna do a good job. I'm gonna change my shit, but you gonna do a good job, I promise.
You ain't getting on there.
I don't know if I'm like if you heard.
But think about the shit we don't know. that
Yeah,
actually
emotional flying, I assume, is like emotional driving. It
Yeah.
can be a hazard.
Are they testing them every time when they get to the airport? Is it like, or is it a random test? It was like my man walked in, smelled like tequila, and they was like, nah, fam, get over here.
Right.
We're going to hit you with the breathalyzer. Or is it like, every single pilot, every time you fly, has to go to the airport and do a breathalyzer? I don't know.
I have no idea, bro.
My
but
guess, like you said, I don't think this is his first time.
definitely not
I
his
think
first.
his crew knows him, and he's like, I
I
think
think
this guy's
pilots
off
do
the
more
wagon.
drugs than we know. I think
Damn, man.
I think
you
they
really
tapped
fucking me
in.
up. We trusting these niggas with a lot.
We do.
We trusting them in
They
the
like,
air.
we gonna put the plane on autopilot. All we gotta do is take off and land. Like, woo.
Is it that simple? If it's that simple, I'm fine. I don't know.
Planes
if
really
it's
be on
just-
autopilot, though.
I know they be on
Like-
autopilot, but is it like, yo, I could just, we chilling out. I might take a nap real quick.
Probably one of them. It's usually 2 guys.
I think you gotta like mainly take off and land, and otherwise it's just kind of
Yeah.
plugging in the destination.
Shit,
I have
hope
no
I never
idea.
have to find
by the
out.
way. What?
I said I hope I never have to find out.
You never want to fly a
I
plane?
never want to find out.
Are you interested at all in aviation? You ever gonna fly a plane? You ever? Gonna,
Would I? Yeah.
You
I
would fly a
definitely
plane?
I would definitely. Yeah, absolutely. If I had the time to like really sit and I had the real interest to like become a pilot, it's something I definitely would do. I'm into shit like that. Like I'm into like water shit, flying. Like I'm into different type of shit. So
There was a rumor I heard some time ago. Remember that game? I brought this up on this podcast thing before. Remember that game Aviation, or like the little aviation simulator that's on like the
Yeah.
fucking computers and shit?
Yeah,
stocked
yeah.
on Windows?
Yeah.
Apparently, the government took it down. They had it taken off because it was really teaching people how to fly planes
to think
for
they
real.
knew how to fly planes.
Yeah, so after
Yeah.
9/11, the game went
Wow.
away
Yeah.
because
crazy.
they fucking thought, okay, they're actually teaching people how to fly planes. It's interesting. Just a random
that's wild
fact I was
shit.
hitting you with. Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, we got gun games and war games and shit that teaching people how to. Thank you. Teaching people how to shoot guns, or you know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
to war and shit. And they ain't taking those away. So why
Yeah,
take
but
that
I
away?
don't know if I'm like thinking that's the same exact thing. Like, you know, the niggas that's doing Call of Duty, I don't know if they shaped the same and built the same and just be getting out there and doing war. Right. I don't know if I want to trust them with my lives. We probably will get to a place though, like with drones and everything else, that the video gamers might become the best fucking soldiers.
That's funny. They might be training them for it now.
Yeah, maybe.
Psychologically for sure.
Let's say you did play Flight Simulator, that game, and like you were pretty good at it, and then you're on a plane and it's like, oh no, the pilot had a heart attack. The plane's going down.
It's like, what happened to the co-pilot? Nigga, why y'all need me?
Like if you were the only person.
If there's like one other kid who is like, I play some Flight Simulator, and you're like, I think I play more than this guy. Are you gonna be like, no, I'm gonna take my life in my own hands, or are you gonna let that kid do it?
If the plane is going down,
we talking too much.
If the plane, no wait, we can move on. If the plane is going down and nobody else is going to save us, I'm gonna give it a try. I don't like.
You know what? I'm not mad at you.
I mean, the other kid could. Like, it's kind of like this guy plays Flight Simulator. He's like 15. Okay. And so do I. Do I want to trust this kid, or do I want to take it in my own?
No, I'm not trusting the kid because I'm not like he ain't never even drove. Like he 15, right. So like he ain't even got that kind of instincts out there to just be like, if some shit happen, he might panic if he see a fucking bird. Who knows? I don't want this nigga flying us around. Oh shit, nigga, what was that? Right. Nigga gotta get used to that. It's a bird.
That's funny as hell. Those are the type of shit you don't really think about could actually happen, but like, damn. One in a million chance of it happening, but like,
fam,
shit.
Every real nigga gets on every flight and looks around in his head and says, which one of these niggas is the marshal? First of all.
Facts.
And then second of all, nigga says, which nigga ass I gotta beat? Those are two things you tell yourself when you get on each flight. You like, yo, if I gotta beat a nigga ass, which one's gonna be and who gonna help me?
Yeah. Who's gonna be? Who won't not want to put their mask on a day that's gonna try to
for sure.
destroy this whole shit?
Apparently people go for the door.
I will argue about shit if it makes sense. Like if I'm eating and you telling me to put my mask on, I'm gonna argue. Like I'm gonna give you that energy. Like leave me the fuck alone. If I'm eating, like, you feel me, or some shit, but like other than that, I'm just like, let's just get to where we gotta go.
Facts. Yeah. People are snapping.
WNBA reportedly fined New York Liberty $500,000 for taking chartered flights. League considered terminating franchise. One of the WNBA's biggest franchise has been hit with a record $500,000 fine for chartering private flights for players during the 2021 season. New York Liberty team governors Joe and Clara Wu Saw, who purchased the team in January 2019, chartered the flights along with a Labor Day weekend Napa trip. This violated the WNBA's bargaining agreement.
Oh, shit.
They fined them $500,000.
Yeah.
I want you guys to understand that is more than I think most WNBA roster salaries combined.
A couple, yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. We gonna find the team. And
which team was it?
It was the Liberty.
The Liberty?
Yeah, the New York, of course. New York was like, yo, we got that bread out here. We moved it out charter, fam. But they had to keep it quiet for a while. And on top of that, one of the owners was like on the records. Because, you know, that's one of the things that WNBA players have been fighting for a while now. It's like, oh, we want to make sure we can get chartered planes. We're tired of fighting for seats on Southwest next to these other niggas. Like, we play professional basketball. We want to be able to fucking charter planes like the NBA does. And I know people's whole argument be like, hey, well, actual revenue is not bringing in. We in the red for sure. How we chartering planes? I hear your argument. But one of the owners went on record saying, we didn't want to charter planes or even get them used to it because then it would be hard to go back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even if that's the case, why the fuck are you saying this, fam? Like, out loud. Just like, either y'all not going to give them planes or y'all just stay with no statement. You can't be like, can't give them nice shit. They get too used to that. Like, that's fucked up as hell.
Was it to a game or was it to like an event?
It was to several games, and then they took them to Napa Valley for.
That's boss stuff. That's like, we just gonna do this shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Do it one time. See what we can get away with.
But I'm just saying, no, like you can be an NBA player. I know it's different again, and you can afford it. But you can be an NBA player and charter your own jet. You can decide you're not flying with the team. On certain teams, you can be like, I'm about to go do my own shit. I'll holler at y'all. So just to hear that the team is being fined for them trying to simply be like, yo, team building, let's go to Napa. And on top of that, all right, you know, maybe things are in a crunch. Maybe it is. Maybe you need to get to the game quickly. Maybe the easiest way is for us to charter the jet. And if the owner ain't tripping, why the fuck y'all tripping? The owner the one paying for it?
It's also they're professional athletes, and it's like healthier probably on your body to be able to fly like that.
100%.
The money is coming from the owner, and
from the owner.
Then I don't see the problem.
So it's not coming from the team as a whole. It's just coming from the owners.
But the team is still owned by the person. Like WNBA doesn't own the teams. It's still like individual owners. So it's like, why are you trying to like? It's like when the Yankees used to be really good and George Steinbrenner used to just pay for everything. He used to be like, I'm gonna get Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, fucking Hulk Hogan, nigga. He used to just put random niggas on the team and pay them niggas millions of dollars. And he used to be like, oh, you could do that. Like, if it's not bothering George Steinbrenner, why is it bothering you? Of course they don't want to, what it is on some bucking shit. It's weird as fuck because you basically being like, we don't want the other people to see you.
Exactly.
We don't want the other people to hear about the leather seats that's really nice on that jet. He did what? You took a nap.
They took a vacation.
Like, that's fucked up.
FBI arrests TikTok star after shoes seen in videos are connected to string of armed robberies.
I saw this.
Federal agents who were investigating a string of armed robberies across Detroit caught a break in the case after they connected the shoes worn by a popular TikTok user in his viral videos to each crime. As reported by the Detroit News, Chosen Terrell Hanna, 22, was arrested by FBI agents on Wednesday and later confessed to robbing 4 convenience stores over a 3-month period. Mm-hmm. Investigators were aided by over a dozen videos posted to Terrell Hanna's TikTok account, Chosen World, which has more than 149,000 followers. One of his dancing videos proved to be especially helpful as authorities were able to connect a pair of white Nikes with the red spots directly to the scene of the crime. Terrell Hanna is charged with robbery affecting interstate commerce and possessing a firearm during a violent crime.
I'm disappointed in him.
Damn.
I'm disappointed in him for not investing back in himself. If you're going to be robbing niggas out here, why would you not buy some robbing shoes where you like, these just the shoes I'm using for robbing. These niggas will never see me dancing these. Because he actually doing numbers on TikTok. That's the fucked up thing. Is that like he getting real impressions. It's not like, oh man, we really went through your shit. Like everybody see you out here. You kind of popping. So for you to be wearing your most famous shoes in your actual robbery, you just a stupid nigga that kind of deserves this.
Bro, he probably wasn't even thinking about. He's thinking about the bag. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna put my favorite shoes on when I go and fucking rob these places. Like, what are you doing?
These
right
my
now?
lucky shoes, nigga. Lucky shoes. I ain't never messed up a robbery.
I went viral with these. Now I'm gonna make money with these.
This sounds like somebody snitched on him.
For sure.
Because it says an anonymous tip led investigators to Terrell Hanna's TikTok account.
That nigga was hating. He got competition in that small town. Some other nigga dancing on TikTok is not getting numbers. He was like, this nigga Terrell the one fucking it up. If I can get rid of this nigga, I'm good. And he did. Terrell is gone now. Shit. That sucks.
How much money did he make?
He gotta sell his page.
What did he say?
It doesn't say how much he stole.
Is he just a dancer, or is he like also like flexing on Instagram?
Is he just a dancer? He's a star, first of all, Chris. Watch your mouth.
Oh, okay.
He's more than that.
Should we go to his TikTok?
Like, is his TikTok like, look at me at the coolest shit I can buy? Or is it look? No,
he dancing.
Look, I'm an artist, and my side hustle is robbing.
He entertained it. We gonna put it up here.
Oh yeah, look
I
at
need to see this shit so I can laugh.
This nigga got 152,000 followers.
Wow.
1.6 million likes.
When you gotta work at 8 a.m. but still drunk from last night. So he's working.
Okay.
Yeah, so he got a job.
He's got a job, a TikTok.
That nigga
and
is a great multitasker, fam.
That
nigga
there's like one specific video.
He's efficient as a motherfucker. He is getting shit done in his day. You got the same 24 hours as me, nigga. I'm out here doing TikToks, robbing niggas and working.
He's a multi-hyphenate.
Wow.
This is the video that they use.
Oh my God.
That's the one they use.
These shoes.
They say he came in dancing like this with the gun. So he gave it away. The shoes look too big too. I ain't gonna front.
Damn, bro. Man, he went out bad though.
Yeah.
Niggas about to start making memes.
Wow.
For sure.
I feel like it's not smart at all to be on social media posting the clothes that you did a crime in. I feel like that's like,
you can't wear your murder shoes to the bar, my nigga. You can't be like, yeah.
What happened to getting rid of the clothes that you wore? Tinder swindler Shimon Hyatt paid scam artists over $6,000 to get verified on IG. Levy family sues him for fraud.
He just did it on another level. I feel like a lot of guys do that shit, but he just did it on the highest level.
Wait, you feel like a lot of guys do that?
Shit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Manipulating situations.
That much money?
Lower level.
No, lower level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many niggas is driving some bitch car right now in the hood and getting a little bread from her and telling her, look, My enemies is after me.
Hey, listen, let me pull up to your spot. I just need to stay here for a week. You know, I'm out here doing business. Woo.
The ops is going. Them niggas is on me. Nigga, you ain't got no ops. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Apple stops all sales of products in Russia amid country's invasion of Ukraine. Apple has halted the sale of all of its products in Russia amid the country's assault on Ukraine. The tech giant announced the news in a statement on Tuesday. We are deeply concerned about the Russian invasion of Ukraine and stand with all of the people who are suffering as a result of the violence. We are supporting humanitarian efforts, providing aid for the unfolding refugees crisis, and doing all we can to support our teams in the region. The company went on to say that along with stopping all exports into Russia, Apple's payment service, Apple Pay, is being limited in the country. Last week, we stopped all exports into our sales channel in the country. Apple Pay and other services have been limited. RT News and Sputnik News are no longer available for download from the App Store outside Russia, and we have disabled both traffic and live incidents in Apple Maps in Ukraine as a safety and precautionary measure for Ukrainian citizens. The Prime Minister of Ukraine took to Twitter this afternoon to reveal that he contacted Apple CEO Tim Cook about blocking the App Store from citizens of Russia.
This is good because a lot of the Russians don't even really know what's going on. So at least when they can't do their day-to-day life, they're like forced to ask some questions about what's actually going on. A lot of them don't even know that they've invaded Ukraine.
No, it's really served up like North Korea, like, oh, we're gonna give you exactly what we want. It's that fascist over in Russia that was like, we're not giving you any facts. The media is super controlled.
I think so, or it's very controlled to say like, here's what we're doing and it's good, or they play it down, or it's kind of like one voice going through.
I think it's interesting. That like big business, and I know it's different. Obviously, we're American, and this is America, and companies come from America sometimes, like Apple. But I think it's interesting, like that companies are getting involved so quickly with this, versus like people of color in different places get bombed all the 100%. Time, murdered all the time, everything, and nobody's being like, let's stop selling to them, and let's stop. 1,000%. Like or America's like, let's protest. We're not even damn near. I see white motherfuckers on the internet funding the war. They like, yo, can we get some money to fund this war?
We've had a war like every 2 years, basically. Even the ones that we don't promote or the media doesn't promote, we're always over there bullying somebody and doing shit and other. We don't hear about it. For sure. People watching on TV, oh, that's so sad. Let me donate some money to them.
Donate.
That shit is crazy.
Nothing against Mila Kunis has actual Ukrainian background or heritage. I know that Ashton Kutcher and her like matched $3 million to put. I was like, that's crazy. Wow. I'm not saying that I'm definitely not pro-war. I don't want this war for anybody. I just think it's very interesting that how the media has really made this into like, this is all of our issue, and like we don't treat others who don't look like these people. It
just highlights all of the issues in the media, the United States, the politics, and everything that's going on. It really it brings, if you pay attention, it brings the cat out the bag and prepares you to think differently going into these types of issues, like not to just believe everything you see and really do your research and investigate,
Facts.
Really understand what's going on.
It's so interesting that we can see people on the ground with social media to really understand like what the experience is inside.
Exactly.
That's been really interesting. I wonder if China goes into Taiwan, if we're going to care as much. That's kind of a good test because the situation,
like them Asian people,
the situation where it's a little different than the countries that we bully is that Russia could blow us the fuck up. You know what I mean? So or if they're marching
Russia's
west.
so close to London to Europe. So it's a different type of situation. I'm not big into politics, but kind of looking at it from the outside, it's like where Putin is at. Like, okay, Ukraine is like connected to us. Like if I don't make a move now, when am I gonna make that move? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like before they become fully sided with NATO. Like let me go ahead and I feel like that's where he's at when he's he's pulling his balls out. Like what's good? What y'all gonna do?
He was just getting bored of quarantining. He was like, I want to go back to war.
I mean,
sick of being in the house. I had a whole plan. I do think he had a whole plan. Yeah. And then his guy on the inside in the United States didn't get reelected. And now he's like, well, fuck. I'm just going to do it anyway then.
Do you think that the American people or the media in general will react the same way to China moving into Taiwan?
It's gonna be interesting. I don't think.
No, I'm just saying yes or no. Like I want you to tell me what you actually feel.
I don't think it's gonna be the same exact way. I think you're right. They're more like bulked together, and there is probably because of the whiteness. An element of like they look like me is what they keep saying on the news. There's like this thread of like not microaggressions, but micro like micro like there was somebody. What are you really saying here? And
there was somebody.
There's a lot of them
made a statement saying like, "Oh, this is the saddest thing to see the blonde hair, blue eye person." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's in that thread. Yeah,
what the fuck?
Somebody said something about a civilized people.
Man,
this being in such a civilized place,
man,
just the mentality of that is just crazy alone.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're also
we're very uncivilized in
Ukraine
America. We're very uncivilized in so many ways. Like everyone needs mental health. Everyone, like, you know what I'm saying? When I think about it, it's like the internet. Like we lead a lot of the memes, a lot of that shit come from here. Like anything that's like toxic, it comes from where we are. Like we live in that constantly. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like even with what you asked them about Taiwan, I feel like the media is going to play on what's going to give them the most coverage and what's going to build the most fear. If it's not going to have people glued to the TV, they're probably not going to cover it or make it a big scene. Mm-hmm. You know?
Or they'll make it like, which they were being criticized at the beginning of this whole thing, they'll make it like, now China's going to blow us up if this happens because... even at the very beginning, Zelensky was like, can you stop saying this could be World War III? Because maybe it won't be. So fucking can you stop pushing that narrative? You know, to be like, oh, they might invade. They might go to war. They say they're going to invade. U.S. intelligence says they're going to invade. They were doing that for weeks before they invaded. And the president was a little bit like, shut the fuck up, you guys. We like, don't back us into the war by creating it because it gets ratings. Yeah. Fucking scary.
Did you see that China asked them to wait to invade, or asked Russia to wait to invade Ukraine until after the Olympics? That was like their official statement.
Word?
Everybody's out for their own interests. Like,
that's crazy.
They're like, we're okay with it.
We
let us get out.
Fuck them up. Don't do it at my wedding. Don't do it at my wedding.
We've been preparing a long time for this show.
Damn, bro.
Well, man. Very euphoric.
Prayers goes out to all of the people in Ukraine and around the world.
For sure.
The ones that we don't hear about, the wars that we don't hear about, the lives that we don't hear about that are lost too, man.
TikTok facing an investigation from bipartisan coalition after impact on young users' mental well-being.
Oh, look at that.
A number of states have launched an investigation into TikTok focused on what critics of the platform have argued is its potential influence on users' mental well-being. The investigation sees the involvement of multiple state attorneys generals. In a statement shared Wednesday, they said the nationwide investigation is amid at getting much-needed answers, which also looks into the methods used by the platform to boost engagement from younger users. Our children are growing up in the age of social media, and many feel like they need to measure up to the filtered versions of reality that they see on their screens. We know this takes a devastating toll on children's mental health and well-being, but we don't know what social media companies knew about these harms and when. The investigation added the results in it will be described as a determination on whether TikTok is violating the law.
Does it say how they would be violating the law?
You know, with the whole internet thing.
It just says social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram are violating our laws and exposing young users to psychological and physical harm. They will hold them accountable.
But like, what?
It doesn't say what laws.
These niggas gonna lose this case.
Crazy.
No, it's not good enough.
I hate to break it to them. They're gonna lose this case. They wasting our time. You got to come in stronger than that, than being like, y'all playing mental tricks on my kids.
Right.
I mean, they are right.
Yeah, they are right, but they have not done any research. They came in there off pure emotion.
It's like the argument of video games or rated R movies.
Yeah,
like do harm to our kids. That's hard, but at the same time,
exactly.
They fucking do.
Yeah, but you got to bring in a scientist to prove it or something. You got to bring in some kind of hard facts or evidence. You can't just be like in there of pure emotion, being like, they're wrong, right? You're like, morally, nigga, legally, they're out of here.
Why TikTok though? Why are they attacking TikTok? It's like there's all these other crazy, apps that are doing crazy shit.
Yeah, but it could also be the fact that it's because this is an American suit, right? Yeah, it is American suit. So this could be, obviously rooted in,
exactly.
Kung flu virus.
Exactly.
All of the random racism that came from our former president. So, it could be rooted in like, this Asian app is the one that's hurting our kids. But all
I'm
of
sure
them
they're
are hurting
also
our kids.
investigating
that.
Because like once TikTok comes out with something on Instagram, then the other one comes out with something very similar.
Very similar.
And then it's like interchangeable.
They're all a part of the same game.
What do you think if there could be a policy to help these kids not grow up with mental problems? Like, what do you think the possible solution would be?
I got a fake one. But you can answer. I definitely want you to answer.
Man, it's tough because it's free will. You know what I mean? It's like if someone creates something, you know, it's really up to the parents to make sure that their kids know, you know, like this isn't reality. You know what I'm saying? Like creating healthy habits. You know what I mean? I just think it's a level of intellect as well you build into your child to know the difference between reality and what's fake. You know what I mean? Early on, you know, and I think it's like it's a connection. Like there's certain things that I feel like certain people are more superficial, you know what I'm saying? Just naturally, right? And then others are more like, okay, there's certain lines I'm not crossing because it doesn't fit who I am as a person. So I think it's really just like building that into your kids early. But it's kind of tough, man, because it's like the internet and TikTok and all this becomes such a part of our lives, everyday lives. Like I have fun on it. Like we have fun. Yeah. You know, we use it for creating, you know, but it's like, where do we draw that line? You know?
Do you think there's this is my fake solution. Do you think there's a place or a way that maybe, I know China actually explored this somewhat, I think, but is there a way that like, oh, you know how like your shit can lock at a certain time? It's like, oh, we're going to run it for a certain amount of hours per week. So then you're starting to allocate those hours more wisely.
But now you get into the issue of controlling, you know, how we're the censorship, but also how we're using it. And I don't trust like having that either, because now we're letting them control how we're using what is just it's a tough one.
Not disagreeing with you. I was just throwing out a hypothetical.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to think of like, because I do look at, you know, it's part of just getting older as well. Like I always joke, it'd be like the older generation always complain about some shit. Yeah. Because people just don't appreciate what they fought for. It's always the fight that comes before that you don't get to actually fucking thing you don't get rewarded for. That the thing you say to yourself, you are fighting for your children. You're fighting, but then you get mad that you didn't get to live.
You didn't get to have that experience.
I didn't get to fucking experience. It's for me, I do, as I'm just getting older, I look at TikTok and I be like, but kids don't need to be on that motherfucker all day.
Right.
But also like,
but maybe a certain age, right? You get to like if you're, but then it's like you can get around that too. But like I know Oculus does it, right? Yeah. Oculus, you have to have your parents do the Facebook, and you can't have the right.
Well, little boys gonna be masturbating just
right. Right. They have that like VR. You can't just. But
that's another whole mental health thing that those kids are gonna go through.
14 Oculus, nigga.
He was the kid that was gonna. I wish I had Oculus when I was younger.
I'd be blind, nigga. I would live in that world, nigga.
No, Oculus is crazy. Nigga. Bro, Oculus is crazy, fam. That joint is crazy. But yeah, I think.
You use Oculus? You got it?
Yeah.
So you definitely dip with the devil.
No, not.
I heard that's the first thing men do. There's an actual study that says men.
Honestly, I'm still learning how to work it. Like I don't like. It's the games and it's complicated. Like getting around, navigating through there. But yeah, no, I ain't really diving into it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, it's crazy.
They say the first thing men do is like jump into VR and they get into porn right away.
Really?
But the problem is there's discrimination, and the dicks they be showing, you can't choose your dick. So then you just out here with a white dick and you got a black body, and then you like, this is some weird shit. They got to cut this off.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have the VR, but I heard about it. This is a fact.
Choose your dick.
I heard about it from Chris because he had the VR for a little bit.
Oh, you had that?
I did look at this. I threw it out.
Sounded guilty.
I don't have it anymore. I did have it.
I threw it out. That means you trust yourself.
Should I say that my girlfriend?
Where'd you learn how to do that? Oculus. It's that new Oculus stick.
Yeah. No, my girlfriend was like, "Why do you still have this?" I was like, "I don't. It's a very rare." She was like, "Well, then I should probably throw it out." I was like, "Yes."
Damn, you let
and
her
then
control
I was like,
you.
"Oh, you really
talking about the control thing?"
I was like, "Oh, you really threw it out?" But that is probably better for my brain. But it's not like I was looking at that every day. But I did have, there was the option.
Well, you never got lost in the sauce. You never was like, "Man, it's been 7 hours. I'm wilding."
Sure.
He's like, yeah.
I think it could definitely be a problem for kids who are on the rise, for sure. What if you could, like, can you do this to yourself? Can you say, like, I'm not allowed more than an hour of TikTok a day? And so your kid's phone can only be open for a certain amount of time.
It takes an hour to edit a video. No, I'm just
kidding.
Yeah. Well, creating TikTok is different than consuming TikTok.
The problem is sticking to what you say you're gonna do. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? An hour goes by.
Well,
so
no,
fast.
but that's why your kid's phone, like it locks it and you can't open.
Oh, you saying your kid's phone?
That's what I'm saying. Could be a solution.
But it's still the content that they're consuming, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they're saying that it's like leading to just like all these insecurities amongst younger and younger kids.
Because they're not getting the views that other people are getting, or like.
Or they're just watching. I mean, it's just a very superficial world. Instagram as well. I think like Instagram more than TikTok. Probably.
That's what I feel like.
I think it's
more.
Instagram
more than TikTok.
But look, they ain't going nowhere. What we gonna do? Like it's like, you know, all we can do is put the information out there and like just, you know, teach people.
And I agree with what you said. It definitely starts at home. Like it starts with the parents parenting.
See, I don't have a TikTok, so I be on my girl TikTok whenever she on TikTok, and I'm like laying on her or something, or vice versa. I might look at her.
What
TikTok.
do you feel about filter? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but like TikTok, a lot of filters. What do you feel about like girls doing filters on TikTok?
Man, ooh. How hardcore is the filter? Is it is it meant to throw somebody off intentionally, or is it a filter that like, oh, I'm gonna
have you
use
seen
filter?
Have you seen the like the filters that completely like make a girl look like perfect, like not
the
perfect,
beauty
but
fire
like
ones or whatever,
quote unquote, with beauty, like the perfect beautiful face? Have you seen those drinks?
She better filter your glasses when y'all go on a date or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can't pull it off in person. So no matter what, it's like, I'm cool with you doing filters. At the end of the day, we will meet. It's like a nigga you say, like, I fam, we could talk on the internet all
like
day.
when she
I
do
will
faces,
see you. When I see you, fam, it's gonna be a different story.
Right.
And you see him and you like, yeah, you look different. You knew this before we got here. It's your fault.
But then also look at those young girls who are like looking at everybody with the perfect filter on. Then they're looking at themselves in the mirror and they're going, I'm not perfect.
Yeah, obviously that's the problem.
Do you use filters?
Yeah, I use filter. Oh, no. I don't do TikTok. I just have like an account that I look at stuff. But like on on like Instagram, like if I'm posting a story or something, I'll use like one of the filters.
Got you.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with girls using filters, though. I mean,
I was like, do you like when she used the filters, or you like it more natural?
I don't like you be using filters?
That's the thing about guys. It's like makeup and hair. We don't know.
I mean, on videos, like if I feel like I don't look that cute that day or something like that, I'll use a filter. I'm not against it, but I don't use them on every video.
I'm not an IG guy. I don't love like socials and shit. Like I like to post and to keep people up to shit, but like I'm not somebody that's just like social media. Oh, like I don't care enough. Like so. I'm normally not even paying attention. Like, you know, I see her pictures. I
love when women
let her know I love her. But
what I do like about Instagram is that it tells the watcher when a filter is being used.
Yeah, that is.
So I think that's really important, is being like, just making aware, like, this is not what I really look like. Like, I don't have flawless skin. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I might look tired or whatever, and I'm using a filter and I'm keeping it honest with everybody. I like that.
Are you let a nigga hit on you with a video and he got a filter on it?
I don't care if I mean, I don't know. I feel like it goes both for girls.
Niggas got
and
chain
guys.
filters, car filters, shoe filters, nigga jeans filters.
Chain moving on.
Oh, that's crazy. That'll turn the world to a different place.
Like moves wrong, it like flickers. It's a whole different person, a whole different background. Whole
nigga's white.
The only filters that used to really bother me was
you love me for me.
The Snapchat dog filter. That's like the only. I feel like that really had a hold on us as a community for a long time.
Us, sure. You in that by yourself?
No, I feel like girls. Girls
definitely was.
Girls were in it.
Yeah. Dog filter was a huge that
was the first filter.
Era definer.
You would walk in and not know a girl's on Snap or some shit and look at her looking dumb as hell. Doing the shit, trying to fucking do the tongue. You like it, do it for you. So you don't have to do that.
Everyone's just trying to be that girl from Goof Trip, you know? Everyone's just trying to be.
She was decent.
Why can't we remember her name? What's her name?
From Goop Troop.
You
got her name?
The girlfriend. I wanted to be her for Halloween. Hold
Max's girlfriend?
Lola? No.
Maxine?
Maxine.
Maxine.
Wait, he's
there's her name.
Max likes
No, that
Maxine.
ain't her name.
Hold on.
Damn, Chris, we
Goofy
getting stopped
movie
on nothing.
girlfriend.
So, I mean,
Roxanne. She was bad.
She was bad
so
as
pretty.
fuck.
Yeah, that's really the beginning of the dog filter.
Was you ever attracted to like a Disney? You ever attracted to like a animated character and you was like, I can't tell nobody this?
Oh man,
weird.
When I was younger, Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit was
Jessica
man.
Rabbit. Like,
why would they make curves on her like that?
I don't know. It's crazy.
That wasn't okay for us.
That was wild.
I feel like most cartoons are really curvy now. Like the moms are always.
No, they made sure they made a more realistic Lola Bunny this time in Space Jam 2. That was one of the things they actually said was like, oh, well, we don't.
She was way too hot.
Yeah, she was.
We know realistic level of hot rabbit.
Yeah.
Foot Locker stores will soon have fewer Nike products for sale. Having trouble finding your favorite pair of Nike sneakers at your local Foot Locker store? If you haven't yet, you probably will soon. You might initially think that's because of the ongoing global supply chain issues caused by COVID-19, but it isn't the case. The popular apparel and sneaker company has over the past several years been shifting sales away from retail outlets and towards its own stores, both online and brick and mortar. Nike has previously pulled its product from such retailers as DSW, Macy's, Urban Outfitters, and Zappos. Now it looks like Foot Locker will be added to the list as well. The retail shoe chain, which has a corporate service office in Camp Hill, announced last week that no single vendor is expected to represent more than 60% of its business this year. For comparison's sake, Nike represented 70% of sales in 2021 and 75% in 2020. This change reflects Nike's accelerated strategic shift to direct-to-consumer and Foot Locker's ongoing brand and category diversification efforts.
Basically just saying brick and mortar's dead. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting for a company to really hold so much equity within a company that they're not even partners in. I think they're like, for Nike to really be like, oh, we can dictate 70% of your revenue by pulling, and they didn't pull all of it, but they pulled a big chunk of it.
They said they were pulling all of them, and then they went back and said they're not pulling all of it. And they're trying to just do e-commerce like everybody else. They want to just make that money direct to consumer, which makes sense. But it's just crazy for like a brand like Foot Locker to just be like, you were here today, and like we will probably be in the times of Foot Locker being. I mean, I don't know if they're going to just be like, oh, let's shift to all Adidas. I don't know if niggas, you can just go to Adidas store. So I just think that we're gonna watch Foot Locker dwindle away.
Foot Locker crashed nearly 35% on Friday.
It crashed how much?
That's crazy.
35%, a loss of about $950 million in market value.
Nigga, Nike said, let's take this check with us. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's big.
$950? Fam, I'm sick. I'm fighting Phil Knight myself.
Do you still go to Foot Locker and buy shoes though? Like, are you a Foot
Absolutely
Locker?
not.
I'm like, I haven't been to Foot Locker and
part of me is surprised that Foot Locker had that much money to still lose.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
it feels like a thing of the past.
I would have got the game quicker. I would have sold this motherfucker something.
Facts.
I'm not waiting on Nike to pull the plug on us. We know brick and mortar's about to be gone. Amazon about to own all these fucking blocks. They're about to run Amazon stores in the next 5-10 years, and it's gonna all be dead. So it's just like, why would you wait on them?
You just think they
you got projections. You know where the fuck you know where the fucking company going. Why wait is my question. Like, if I could still sell or just like cash the fuck out and just be like, all right, we
or at
profitable.
least close down like at least a big percentage of their stores.
Yeah.
Keep them in certain big markets. Yeah.
And flip ourselves to e-commerce if nothing else. Oh, okay. Now our thing is mostly e-commerce, but I'm not letting Nike beat me to it. It's the biggest company in the world. I ain't about to let them pull that fucking rug from under me.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn. I mean, it feels like it feels like sneaker culture is bigger than ever, though. Like, feels like Foot Locker should be able to pivot to something, but
to what?
Are they not thinking?
You got StockX, you got GOAT,
so they couldn't become a StockX.
The problem
like,
is that
their
they didn't
brand
just carry
bigger than that.
Sneakers. They carry clothes. It was like a lot of their sales were also clothes and shit, like sports items.
Get you a Nike jumpsuit quick.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, is the mall just going to be a thing of the past?
The mall definitely going to be a thing of the past.
Are kids never going to know what it's like to hang out at the mall?
After school.
Kids won't. They'll probably have a mall in like the Metaverse and some shit.
They already got it.
Yeah,
you can buy your own mall. You can own your own mall.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Build your own mall. You don't want to
You feel safer with your kids at the Metaverse mall instead of at the...
It's probably less rapists. I mean,
mall?
it's more rapists, but they can't touch your kids. So that's good.
I saw an article like the first 2 months there was like rape allegations on sexual assault on Metaverse.
In the Metaverse?
Yeah.
Nigga,
like
imagine catching
away.
a case in the Metaverse. You free as fuck in the real world. You locked up
You
in
got a
Metaverse, nigga. You gotta do a regular shit. Niggas like, we'll go home. You like, not me, nigga. I can't even get on tonight.
What?
I got a case girl
What
try to say I
happened?
touched her.
Yeah. That's crazy, fam.
But then there are also probably criminals that were immediately like, okay, great. Now I get to rape in the Metaverse. Like
If that's
It's a lot
your
of, I don't know.
first
I
thing,
feel like they
to
created the
do this?
Metaverse for some weirdos too.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, the internet in general, I feel like as we just continue to progress, people are always weirdos. That's
You
from
can
the
hide
beginning
though.
of time.
You can hide on the internet,
You think you can hide more weirdos?
bro. Yes. You know how many people like make fake pages of Mario? Like people DM me, they have like 2 fake pages, at least about 1,000 fake pages that are actually have followers. No, like 500.
I believe it. For
of
sure.
my fake, and it's just like wow, like y'all are just weird. Like
My
it's
brother
crazy.
told me to tell you
Yeah,
thank
what
you.
are you
DMing girls,
doing?
yo, send me a number. I'm gonna send you send me an address. I'm sending you some paraphernalia, some Mario shirts, and we'll take pictures from old like merch I had and put it like crazy.
Never
shit.
shipped though.
Never shit.
Never shipped. My brother told me to tell you thank you. He said he smashed a girl in high school one time off you that somebody thought he was you.
These
so
are the
he
stories.
He went with it.
These are the stories that y'all
so
don't
he
get
told
to
me
hear.
to tell you
This is
thank
real
you.
shit right here. This is my
So,
life.
The crazy thing
These are the
is,
stories y'all don't get to hear.
nah, that was a real story. I was on the phone with him before you got here, and I was
That's
like, we got
crazy.
Mario on the show. He's like, word. Tell him thank you, man. I smashed this bad chick in high
Yeah,
school
that's
one
wild.
time off him. The girl thought I was him, and then
Yeah,
know
you'd be
afterwards she
surprised,
found out I
like-
wasn't. But it's all good. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's crazy like that. So many people come to me, dudes be like, yo, when I was in school, when I was in middle school, I had braids just like you. I was knocking them down just because I had braids. Ooh, I'm like, braid.
Man, I'm gonna give you your flowers, man. I'm a big fan as well.
Appreciate
Like
you, bro.
you dope as fuck, bro. You're an amazing vocalist. Like when I be actually looking at vocalists, you really up there for real.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. No, you good.
Yeah, look, yeah, I really used to be on some like real niche records. Like I feel like I'm trying to think. I'm about to hit you with what I think my favorite record is. What's the joint? Girl, you wanna know what's up?
Oh, yeah,
I
never.
can true. It never was my shit back in the day. Yeah, never was one of my joints. I'm trying to think. Fresh Out the Box was one of my shits.
Nike's
like,
Fresh Out the Box,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably one of my favorite records. Like,
Yeah.
that I recorded. That is like a sleeper, like something that not
yeah,
everybody
sleeper,
know.
smooth,
But it's like
talking
when
shit the
people
whole way
hear
through.
like, oh, it's like, you know, that's one of them like. That was when I started experimenting with my voice
Yeah.
at a young age. Like, let me try like some Al Green mixed with some, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Ronald Isley, but on some young like, let me make the beat knock, like talk about some shit that's, you know what I'm saying. Nike's Fresh Out the Box.
That
and
shit's
compare
hard.
like metaphorically talking about a girl that I was, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that shit was super.
Just getting back to that creative writing, man. Like metaphors to me, like are like. I feel like it's a way to transcend culture when you use metaphors to write in R&B because you don't stick yourself in like a certain niche of like, you know what I'm saying, a sound. It's like you can go wherever when you deal with metaphors.
You this is gonna be stereotypical, and I hate myself for it, but because I respect you so much vocally. Who are your top 5 vocalists?
Top 5.
Are you saying
Yeah,
vocalists in
vocalists,
any,
nah,
in
vocalists.
any
He said
genre?
vocalists. That's a specific
talking.
word.
I'm not talking
Yeah, yeah.
about like
Vocalist
who
is
his
like a
favorite
specific-
singer
yeah.
or artist is. I'm
Yeah.
saying vocalist that you like. Nah, that motherfucker got it.
Nah, that's a good, like vocalist is a good way to ask because like most people say artist, but Stevie Wonder. Not because like just off of like
Goat.
tone, delivery,
Stevie crazy.
melodics, right? Michael Jackson. I would say Whitney Houston.
One of my favorites.
She's just amazing. Anita Baker.
That's floor right there.
James Brown, bro.
Like
Like
you know,
James
I don't-
Brown's a good
yeah.
The way he used his voice and just his level of conviction in his music, storytelling, just amazing.
Yeah. That's I feel like James
Yeah.
Brown is like obviously one of the best ever, but still rarely mentioned in
Yeah.
the top 5 vocalists. Yeah. That's a nice list though. For
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for
James,
sure.
Joe.
Oh,
Joe's past
crazy.
5 because I got too
Joe's
many.
crazy. Yeah,
Joe's
yeah.
crazy with it. And then I would say, who would be my last? It's tough. There's a lot of them. Wanye.
Oh, yeah, Wanye nice as fuck.
Wanye.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I feel like my top 5. You got any top 5 vocalists in R&B? You listen to R&B like that?
In R&B,
let me answer that question.
I mean, Whitney Houston was my overlap with you, and I love the choice of James Brown. I'm trying to think of somebody else who popped into my head as like, this person can sing.
Usher can really sing. It be people also that like because it's interesting. Like when you fall in entertainment, sometimes people then don't mention you again as a vocalist. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris can sing, but like people will be like, nobody mentions Chris as a vocalist. Not like that. Not that.
I think when people think of vocalists, they think of like
Kim Burrell.
Just right.
They just
you know
like, yo,
nigga,
like, how many runs
no
can
music,
you do?
No, just a mic and you and your voice. Like that's vocalist. It's like you can take me on a journey with just listening to you sing. Yeah. Vibes.
Brandy like that.
Yeah, Brandy for sure.
Yeah, Brandy like that.
See,
so when you're thinking vocalists, you're not necessarily thinking about technicality as much as you are thinking about like almost artistry within just the way that you sing the song.
No, I'm thinking about technicality.
You're also thinking about
vocalist.
Well, this one's gonna be off to the side, but I will say that I randomly watched that show, The Sing Off, and I was like, Kelly Clarkson can fucking sing a song, and I thought she was kind of just like a. She's more of a pop culture figure, but as she covers things, you're like, oh no, this person is a technical.
She's a
vocalist.
For sure.
She's very good.
She's another young vocalist that's crazy as JoJo. Like
JoJo,
she's
amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
JoJo, crazy.
Yeah, she's really good.
I just saw some questions on the internet earlier. One was, what's really bad at 100%, but really good at 65%. If that makes sense. It's maybe I don't know if I'm going to be able to think of good answers off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too.
Damn, that's
an example.
What's
would be
really
like,
bad at 100%.
Example would be like a bar. If a bar is super fucking crowded, if it's at 100%,
traffic
kind of sucks. But at 65%, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can speed.
Better than
I can. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
when
can
the traffic is
maneuver.
like, yo, we buy these cars out here, and it's like we can't even enjoy them. We're in traffic, just like ramping up mileage, not even being able to enjoy them. So I would say traffic. I would say shit. When you at a party and it's too many like dudes. I don't know.
A party at 65%,
but it's like your, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Wait,
your
it's
like your
guys?
homie's spot. He's like, you don't want to just dip out on. He's like, yeah, like,
that's good. If a party's 65%,
but I'm saying 65% and it's mostly girls and it's like nice ratio. You like, this is nice.
Yeah,
You be loving when you at the club or somewhere and it's like enough room to move around. If you get drunk enough, you're like, nigga, I could dance tonight if I wanted to.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I can have some fun
But
in
then
here.
I was like, damn, these are bad chicks in here. This is the perfect night. It's not too many dudes. This is comfortable.
And I actually would even argue that 100% the other way is also a little. Have you ever been at a party with like all girls and you're the only
I
guy?
enjoy myself.
Oh, you do? I mean, I just think overall,
I'm just gonna be shooting my shot the whole time.
Right.
Speed dating.
Facts.
But if it's just you,
just me. How many girls is 100%?
let's say there's like 25 girls. It's just you and the girls.
Welcome to For the Love of Steve.
I mean,
What? He would love that.
I mean, I guess you like it, but at one point living in that house, you'd be like, all right, I need a friend here as well.
you said
For
living in
sure.
the house with 25 girls, or at a party with 25 girls. My bad. I
At
didn't
a
hear the
party and you're the only guy with 25 girls, I guess that could be fun, but then I think
a
you
lot
have
of
more
entertaining.
chances.
I'm gonna tell you though,
I
like,
actually think you have more chances of stuff happening
weird
for
stuff
you
tends to
if
happen
there's-
when you're the only guy. Like girls, like it just ends up being, if they're not mature enough, it ends up being like cat fights and weird. Like it's just,
It's a lot of entertaining for
This
the
nigga
guys.
just sound like an R&B star.
nah,
didn't
for
he?
sure, bro.
The girls end up fighting over each
It's
other. It gets
just they
crazy.
it gets crazy, and then you end up getting blamed for it. You're just like, nah, man.
See, it's got a good
Yeah,
65.
but you gotta live to know, like, all right, that's what happens. Like, we're not doing that. Even if I gotta invite the home, like, we're not. Nah, that's too many.
And you're
25
saying
is
even
too
at a
crazy.
party, there's just like a night with 25 girls. It's too crazy.
You gotta have the right ratio.
What? Nah. It's been crazy. I mean, when I went overseas, like, I move different now though. Like I'm very much so like I'm very like calculated with how I move now, as opposed to how I used to be. Just, you know, when I first started, because I just didn't have the information. I didn't care. It was no like, I hadn't gone through no crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. I hadn't seen any of my peers go in crazy. But when the internet started getting wild, I'm like, 10, maybe 15, cap it off, vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You also hit this shit really young.
Yeah.
You were pretty fucking young when your huge hits were on
Yeah.
the radio. I kind of realized that today, that like, I was like, oh, you were like 17 and 18.
Nah, man. I started when I was 14, bro.
Yeah, I was like, you were younger than that for sure.
Yeah. So like, cause you had, I like you had songs on while I was in high school, and what I didn't realize you were also in high school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I started when I was 14, man. Like, you know, growing up in Baltimore, singing in church, singing at all the parties. My mother used to make me sing at everybody's birthday party.
Get in here, Gator.
I'm like, Ma, like, this is what we do at home. Like, I'm not singing at everybody. But she really instilled a sense of confidence in me at a young age, because she had in her head, by the time I was 12, she was putting me in college talent shows. Mm-hmm. Like, I skipped like 12, 13, I was doing Boyz II Men, I'll Make Love You at Morgan state talent shows. You know what I mean? Coppin state talent shows. Where they had A&Rs popping up, and you know what I'm saying. So she was preparing me at a young age to fall in love with a passion to keep me out of the streets, to keep me out of trouble. And you know what I mean, growing up in Baltimore is just like, you bound to get into something if you don't have a passion or somebody like leading you in the right direction.
Yeah, Baltimore real. Baltimore is definitely real.
It's too real, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's when I tell people I moved from Chicago and I went to Baltimore. It was like, how was that? I was like, I just went from one hood to another. Baltimore was the hood as fuck.
Yeah, bro. It's definitely wicked, but it's, you know, it's a lot. I got a lot of great memories growing up, you know, back home, man. I wouldn't be who I was today, or have the mentality or the stamina I have today if it wasn't for where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And the upbringing, and just seeing a lot of crazy stuff early on in my life. You know what I'm saying? And just like carrying that energy with me, like, you know, this is easy. This is a piece of cake. You know, navigating this world. What he digging for?
This nigga's killing me.
Like, what is he? No, he could. He was just, I'm like, whatever
out.
He want.
Move out. He's so mad about it. He like, it's right there, bro. I could get it. It's right there.
But I think the beauty of starting, like, you know, before the digital crusade, is that I still have a sense of like the importance of rawness, raw connection, raw music, raw energy. You know what I'm saying? That I think supersedes everything else in the end.
Facts.
You know,
I mean, they say that music right now, I think only 20% of it is new music. People are
catalogs.
Catalogs.
Yes,
and that's because, you know, records, like you said, had connection, had people. So you're gonna forever go back. If you look, man, if you a sneaker collector out there and you got hella sneakers, you probably only wear 4 pair.
Right.
You really do, because you trust that and you know it's good.
Versus, you know that when people see these, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, he know.
100%. Oh yeah, you really like that. Oh, you got good taste in something for real. Yeah. So like, it's
I
the
think
same
taste
thing
is a
in
good word.
When
good
you
taste.
go back to music, you're like, oh, it's good taste. And not that like music nowadays isn't good. It's
just created from a different root. Yeah. The root of it is different. You know what I'm saying? The intention is different in a lot of ways. I think a lot of artists today are definitely more hands-on, which I love. But I think when I started, it was more of a system, more of a machine, more of a like, all right, we are going for, you know, Michael Jackson had this type of career. Like we're following the greats and how they created music. You know, we're building real camps. We in real sessions.
Yeah, it's
different.
It was different. Artist development. Everything is like, oh, you have to actually go through these steps. Like, you watch making the band, and now the clip be circulating now. And it's funny because people nowadays, they laugh at it. They be like, oh, that's crazy. He would ask that. But like, if you grew up in that time, like me, I wanted to be an A&R. I did A&R, and I looked at the Kevin Lyles, to Diddy, to all them niggas. So like for me, I watched making the band, and I was like, okay, well, there's no limit to any of this. You have to go after it. Watching this Jesus documentary, like, yo, fam, this is life. This is, I think it's more of an actual societal thing nowadays. You joke about it being Gen Z and everything, but there's a lack of hard work that comes with the younger generation, and it's not that it's their fault. it's more that they come from a microwave generation. It comes from like, oh, you know, if you're talking about from being a TikTok star, all it takes is you going viral once to overheating here. If you a scammer, fam, you hitting licks quick. You making real money. You like, I'm not about to be working no fucking job. That's why employment right now is down so much, and they can't find people to get these jobs because nigga, I'm making quick money over here. I'm not playing them games with you. So I think that's the same thing in music. There's quick music,
and because of that, people hit the quality, and because of so many people,
of course,
and people have such easy access to music that the quality of the music. So it's like, how does this record with no quality? So it's all of those different elements that creates 100%. The reality of what we live every day.
And also the quality 100%. Of the performer, because people don't just have to go up on stage and do this show over and over and practice and practice and practice. They just have to make it look like they practiced by, you know, editing it well.
Yeah, performing is a whole other beast though. Like
that's a whole different.
If you want to be a touring artist, you really gotta like tap in like with that, because that's a whole other beast, man. Like, you know, even when I go on tour, those shows, I go back to rehearsal like I never did it before, because it's like I know I gotta prepare myself for the stage, and like if I want to make sure people walk away feeling like, oh, like he's still singing that high note on Just a Friend. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't just walk into that and be like, it'll be fine, which I think the younger generation, or like
some of them don't like when I see artists that say they don't like touring, I be like, damn, like I get it, because like the internet like abuse and like everybody's not ready for that energy, that type of, they want you to love their music but they ain't ready for that attention, right? But it's like it takes so much away from, I feel like, the experience as an artist. Like I couldn't imagine never touring. Like touring changed my perspective of how I felt about my music. Like when I see people crying and singing records or telling me like, yo, I just had a show here recently on Valentine's Day, and the dude was like, yo, I remarried my wife because of this song.
Oh, word.
And I was just like, wow, bro. Like, you know, it's like,
yeah, and that's inspiring back to you, because you're like, oh my God, but what I'm doing.
And that's like you were speaking of, that's the connection that you have, and it's the difference. And again, the music nowadays is like, I could see why you wouldn't like touring nowadays. I don't know if the connection is there. I don't know if I don't even know if the artist has the same experience touring with the music that the artist used to have. You know what I'm saying? There's a different connection with the crowd. Yeah, you might know a song, but you don't leave with anything necessarily. You was like, man, I heard them songs that I be hearing on TikTok and on the radio live, and that person did the dance that went with it. That was crazy. That might be it, the whole thing.
Yeah, I think
when you went to concerts back, like when you went to motherfucking shows with somebody, like you walk away, and it is a good artist's job to leave you with more. Yeah. To like you go and you fucking see them perform.
That was exactly.
I'm gonna say, all right, well, I know that you already know me vocally, or you know my records. That's cool. That's been cleaned up. That's been this. I want to leave you with more. I want to leave you with connection. I want to leave you with a feeling that is much deeper than the fucking the same fucking hi-hat.
That's the shit, right? That's the difference, because then you got studio artists that are great at making records and songs, but they're not necessarily like superstars, like that are going to take those songs, embody them, and create the visual experience of what their songs is, and really take it to that level. You know, that's a different level of artistry, and I feel like I think that's beautiful that that's still there. Like you can still see the difference between a touring artist and an artist that's just like a catalog, not a catalog, but yeah, a catalog artist, like artist that's just streaming music, but they might not want to tour or be on the road like that.
I wouldn't even say catalog, because catalog.
That was the wrong word. Yeah, like catalog, just a streaming artist.
Versus like, I be also wondering that, like when certain artists, like when you see, like, you know what it is? It's like no person. I ain't gonna name nobody, but like certain artists. You know, I was working in music, working with different people. You know, artists will have that struggle to build the honest connection. Like, working in A&R at a time, and shout out to him, is definitely not a diss of like Flow Rider, or like these are people. Flow Rider's dope, cool, but also
let me see that lighter, bro.
You go to a
see what this shit. Well, you said this is TV, right? I'm in the country.
Yeah, you good? Yeah.
All right.
You go to a show, a Flow Rider show, or whatever it may be, and you might feel like, oh, well, don't nobody really know who that person is, because the records don't necessarily have connection in them. So you struggling each time to even get people to know who you are, because
the records be having connection, but the artists, the people don't have connection. That's what you mean? Like,
I think obviously the record's connected to people. If it becomes a big record, I'm just saying like the actual feeling that needs to be like more of like, you know, I worked at Atlantic for a few. A lot of it's formulated. A lot of it becomes a system, and it takes away from the music because it becomes like, oh, this is the formula that actually works. Well, this is what's been working for radio for this way. So if we do this the same way and we flip it this way, it's gonna work again, and it may actually work. But when you start to put, I'll give another analogy. You ever seen Moneyball, the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill and them? How they brought in the dude.
I gotta watch that movie. I heard it was crazy.
Yeah, they brought the dude in, and he was like, oh, basically he was a numbers guy. He came in and was like, I'm gonna pick your he basically was a nigga who started fantasy baseball or fantasy football because he came in and said, I'm gonna pick our team based off numbers. Fuck all the other shit.
And just based off runs. Who scores the most runs?
Yeah, but
it was like still, more runs.
It was still numbers,
but people were like, but this guy isn't a star. He's not the guy who hits home runs. He's like, yeah, but he gets on base and he gets home.
Yeah, so it's not just runs.
There was a whole
it's all the numbers.
Formula.
I feel like that process works for some art. Like every artist has to have their own process.
For sure.
Like some artists, like I think the algorithms and the what you're saying, like the machine, the idea of working it a certain way, they can do it every time and win every time. But like finding what that is takes money. It takes real investment from the label. It takes real investment from people. Like investment money wise is one thing, but when people invest in you, the right people invest in you, that's what really creates that foundation.
Yeah.
Because you can have money thrown into, but if you don't have the right people that's investing their time and energy, that has the intellectual property to help to take your vision to the next level, that's the tough part.
That's true. It's like we had a similar conclusion to, it's not just, it's so many more things than just the talent and just the vision. It's like all the perfect things all coming together.
Well,
you know?
I've worked on the other side, me coming in and doing music now, and this little fun period has been fun as shit.
Yeah,
but
how's that been for you,
being a quote unquote label for myself, and I mean, me and my girl be working on my shit.
Yeah.
It'd be like, it's the real grind of it. You understand how much really goes into it. You understand how many holes have to be filled in certain ways for your record to really go, for it to get eyes over here, for this thing to get for it to get playlisted. It's got to be also mixed in Dolby Atmos. It's got to be like, these are all little things that you're like, I got to make sure. Because it's, you know, a label may be running that for you, but like in this process, you know, it's been interesting. It's been super fun to be like, all right, well, you got to do all that shit yourself if you want to even give yourself even a decent shot. And I'm in here for fun, but I'm also being like, I'm never just trying to spend money just to spend money. That's not my mentality in life. Like, I try to make money if I can. So I am doing this from me, just doing it from my heart. I want to do it because it's been fun, it's been dope. But a nigga also like, how can I profit a little bit off this motherfucker at least?
Yeah. I mean, this for someone like you, man, I think that like you have like obviously like great platforms and stuff like that. It's just like just having, I think building a body at work, bro. Yeah. I think like a body at work that's conceptually driven, because you're a smart dude, like come up with concepts that's just like body at works and let those build, you know what I'm saying, over time, and let that shit just, and then something to catch, you know what I mean? That's real. That's because you don't want to just shoot just to be shooting, like. For sure. Like, I think that'd be fire.
I got a little project coming out. I'm excited about it too. Yeah, I gotta like play you something at least. Yeah, before you leave us some shit.
And the videos with them are really dope too.
Yeah, I didn't shot like visuals to all the shit. So I didn't shot like, I think right now I'm like 5 in. We got one more to go.
Yeah, we about to have the summer on fire. I got another single coming. I got the joint up.
Yeah, the one with Chris, right?
Get Back's out right now. About to shoot that video. I got another single coming. What we talking about? Should we lock it?
Fuck yeah.
Locked in with it? Like, huh? Yeah. Spring.
Yeah, we waiting.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. Tour. Festivals coming up. Festival season back.
Who you been working with on this project?
A lot of new producers. Writers, man, that are just super talented and are really hungry, you know. So it's too many to name, to be honest. Like, it's a lot of different people, but like I would say that, man, I'm inspired by a lot of these new writers and producers because I see so much talent in them and so much like they study the game. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like merging my sound, what I naturally have, with like some of these new vibes, but it's still being classic. It's like, for me, it's a win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sick. We waiting on that. Yeah, we appreciate you so much, bro. For real.
Yeah,
my
thank
pleasure,
you, Mario.
bro.
It's been amazing having
my pleasure.
you. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it's been us for Wine and Weed. Zip it up.
Yes, sir.
Zip it out.
All right, we out.